what Aristotle calls local motion. What Aristotle says, and this is what Maimonides quotes in the guide, when the 26 principles that Maimonides brings in from Aristotle into the guide, the beginning of part 2 of the guide. The idea that motion from point A to point B is not really important motion. What's the important motion in reality is what he calls local motion. What is local motion? It's in one place and it's in a circle. So that's a dialectic, x minus x, y. Y minus y, z. It's always each time go around a circle, from being into non-being, thingness, no thingness, haloch, v'shov, in and out of focus, pure process mode, thing comes together into a butterfly, now I'm the Zen monk, now I'm a butterfly, back and forth, no things. That dialectic that's always unfolding as a hybrid system where the two sides are always coexisting together. That's motion. That is the motion that Aristotle was quite aware of, even 2,500 years ago. Wait, 2,500 years ago, 2,500 years ago. And that's the burning bush so maybe it's even older than Aristotle. So who got it first, the Jews or the Greeks? Who knows? It doesn't matter. We have the symbols in every tradition. So anyway, this dream, that motion is what affects, can make, if I'm the concert hall, and I can sense that in me, I am part of that motion, then I'm moved. Whereas before, when I just looked at this concert going on here, it was distant. It was very distant. I didn't feel it was moving. It was happening in there, but somehow very distant. But now, when I, having gone through a few stages of the dialectic here, I could, even the concert hall feels part of this action here. Now the guy that's running the show, the musician with his two sticks, it's not the sticks that are important. That just shows to show that the important thing is not the sticks. The important thing is the motion, the intricacy, the precision. What does that saying goes? The wheels of God grind exceedingly slow, but they grind exceeding small. That motion of reality and life unfolding. And how slow is it? How small is it? Well, we just did 70 minutes. We still have 198 minutes and 17 seconds. If we want to go on with a little more slow motion, God's grinding away here. But even in 70 minutes, we slowed it down. We slowed down the clock. We saw how God grinds exceedingly slow and exceedingly small with the intricate details. The smallness, we can zero in, zoom in on the smallness here and those micro moments by doing the awareness continuum. Every moment, and just staying with the moments, staying on the roller coaster. We slow it, we zoom, it's a zoom shot we do. The tool is available to zoom, and we see we see the motion, we experience the motion. And this guy that's up here running this concert, he's doing the musician, this master musician here, has somehow or other serving that force. He's serving the voice of reality. And if I'm that musician with my two sticks here, my two hands pushing the buttons of my computer, my sticks, then I am the vessel, the Merkava, doing the prophetic function. And if you want to look at it from a Christian point of view, death sense of dying and being reborn every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes here, as I shift from one self to another self and constantly dying and reborn. So there you have the whole Jesus trip. But Jesus is just, one particular way of conceptualizing something that's a lot bigger than Jesus here. Puts Jesus on the same level as the burning bush. Jesus is just another burning bush in the forest. More important is the process. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto L'Olam Ved. Blessed is the naming. Blessed, Baruch, blessed, Shem, the name or the naming, Koved, the Kavod, the kingdom, Kavod, the tangibility. Blessed is the naming of the tangibility, in other words, the contact moments here, of the kingdom. All these moments here, they all come together, they coalesce in inductive logic into bigger and bigger envelopes, gestalts, leading up to this holistic idea of God as a somehow or other this encompassing voyage here we're doing here. So that is it. Blessed is this search, like we're doing here. The searching, the quest. Coming in and out of reality, of thingness. The bush that's always being consumed, that's always burning, coming to life again. And that's what's important. That surrendering and experiencing and allowing and seizing and enjoying and suffering and this somehow or other, the reality of the situation. And if you don't deal with the reality, then the reality deals with you. So that's what's so important about helping people with Gestalt therapy, for example, when I help people be more aware of their games and judgment trips. If I was sitting here judging myself every 2 seconds about what I'm allowed to say and not allowed to say, then of course I couldn't do this trip. And if I was so wrapped up in my body tension that I couldn't experience my breathing and my body movements and my vocal expression, then I couldn't deal with the reality either. So that's retroflexion. Retroflexion would interfere. If I was totally preoccupied with being what my father wanted me to be, for example, and I never would have allowed myself to maybe explore some of these other realities here, and the introject would have interfered. Introjection. Or projection, if I'm worried about what you think. People out there, if I'm projecting all my anxieties that you're going to think I'm a stupid, some kind of old fart here, making a fool of himself, then I would be caught up in projections and I wouldn't be able to do this work either. And finally, if I was an egotism, if that was my trip, then I would be saying, Franklin, how could you possibly make a fool of yourself? How could you dare to do what you're doing here with all those people out there listening? I mean, look, this is not you. This is not the Franklin I know. Whatever happened to Franklin Webster? Whatever happened to that bashful kid that was sitting there in the third grade and the teacher says, wrote my book, Still Water Runs Deep. This is not still water here. This is like the prayer, what is it, the Friday prayer? The waves. God is the waves of the ocean. God is even mightier than the mightiest waves of the ocean. So here I am, surrendering to that mighty waves of dialectic which are mightier than the waves of the ocean, and it's overwhelming my narrow idea of who I used to think I was. And then finally, if I were confluent, if I wasn't allowing myself any awareness at all, then of course nothing would happen. I'd just be selling shoes or something. So, the therapy also, the Gestalt therapy fits right into the system here. Fits right into the system. It's all one work. Whether you look at my work philosophically, you read the essays, whether you look at the DreamWork sessions, whether you look at the shows that came out of my creative work, it's all me. It's all it. It's all reality. Unreality. Reality search here. With different faces, all different faces of this search reality. Anyway, so now it's 77 minutes. We had another 7 minutes. Should I stop here? Maybe I better stop, because otherwise this thing's going to be unwieldy and it'll be too long on the internet. Okay? By the way, nobody ever contacts me. Why not? I think I got one comment from all of this yak and all this stuff that I put on the web and all my shows and everything. One comment. And you know what it was? It was some retarded Nazi guy ranting how the Jews are dangerous because we're too stupid. No, we're too intelligent. That's what he said. He said, Jews are too intelligent. Dangerous. Menace. They should all be called off because they're too intelligent. That's what that retarded Nazi fool commented on my website. Can you imagine how stupid somebody can get? There's nothing better to say than that. Oh well, what can you do? All kinds of nincompoops in this world. That's what Maimonides said. He said, when he has something important to deal with, he said something like this. When he has something important, problem to deal with, whatever it is, he wants to deal with one serious student and not to deal with the 10,000 fools. That's Maimonides said that. Okay, and in the Guide to the Perplexed, in the introduction. So the people, the 21,000 people that have looked, you're all that one student because you're paying attention. You're sharing my quest. We're on this trip together. But the other 12 billion people out there, and whatever number of Nazi fools there might be out there, those are the 10,000 ones that Maimonides didn't want to deal with, and I don't want to deal with them either. Okay, unless someday, of course, we lose the internet and some totalitarian regime, some ayatollahs or somebody takes away the burning bush because it burns them too much. They don't like the heat. But in the meantime, we have an amazing tool here to convey truth to truth seekers, from truth seekers to truth seekers directly, without any intervention by ulterior businessmen in the way trying to make a buck out of us. It's a truth search, and we get away with it for a while, maybe for a long time. Who knows? So we have to thank people like Gates and the Apple company and all the other great people that have created this world of that allows this kind of direct communication of truth from truth seeker to from truth seekers to truth seekers. Along with all the bullshit and all the fools, well, at least we have a possibility of some authenticity happening here. Okay, maybe that's enough preaching for now. 82 minutes and 2 seconds. So I'll end this session now.